We begin this morning with breaking news overnight. Multiple people have been shot at the Pure Ultra nightclub in the Five Points district of Myrtle Beach. So far this year, there have already been 39 motorcyclists killed in the state of South Carolina. He said it means a whole new trial will start. The only thing that will stick from this trial is the sworn testimony. But as the water recedes, and as you can see over here, it is receding. That top line there on this mailbox is where it once was. We weren't planning on being in the car for this live shot, but we had to jump in the car really fast because we're in Cherry Grove. That's how fast the water came up. A suspect's description has not been released. We've been pressing police for this, but I do want to let you know I found a police report on Myrtle Beach Police website. It took me just under a minute and 30 seconds to register. I don't have it on my screen because the confirmation has all my personal information on it. And sorry guys, I don't want you seeing that. Brittany did such a nice thing for me this morning. She went out and painted me this beautiful picture. Hey, do you like Italian food?
I love it.
Okay, I'm not asking him out on a date. This really has to do with something, I promise. Well, good morning and thanks for joining us today. I'm Summer Dash.
And I'm Brittany Van Voorhees.
And it is still cold.
It's still cold.
Hatchimals, they are the hottest toy this Christmas, and many parents are going through great lengths to get their hands on one. This morning, ABC 15's Liz Cooper is at Target on 544, where people are waiting in line to get this hot toy, Liz.
Crazy, right?
It's not crazy because they're so cute and adorable, and if that's what your kid wants, that's what your kid wants. And Liz, you better bring me back one because I would like one as well.
No, I don't think so. We're on the hunt still.
Oh, I get it. It's all right.
Sorry, we'll have to try online.
Oh, thanks, Liz. Well, thanks for that live report. You guys stay warm out there, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. The craze is real, guys. If anyone has a Hatchimal, I will take that off your hands for you. All right, and now to some harder news today. The search for a missing teen from Georgia is now over. 15-year-old Kayla Noel Wasco was found yesterday in Sevierville, Tennessee. They also found Jason Johnson. He's a 37-year-old man wanted on child molestation charges. Kayla was last seen in Evans, Georgia, Sunday with him. That is all according to police, and they say as of right now she is okay. This morning, SLED is investigating an officer-involved shooting in Sumter. The incident happened about 9:30 last night when officers with the Sumter Police Department responded to a disturbance call at the Sumter Mall. When officers approached the suspect drove off and led police on a chase. That suspect crashed the car and gunfire was exchanged near Miller Road and Guignar Drive. The suspect was killed during that exchange, and none of those officers were hurt. A family is mourning after a 36-year-old man was found dead in his home on Highway 701 North yesterday. Horry County Police are investigating that death as a homicide. It happened at the home next to Gerald's convenience store in the Conway area. We talked with the victim's sister. She says it looked like someone busted down her brother's door and there was a struggle. She says her brother's name is Charles Willis and his 9-year-old son found him dead. An autopsy is scheduled for today. Police are still looking for a suspect. And police say a Darlington County teen has been arrested for shooting a woman Friday night. Police say 17-year-old Keontra Jackson shot a 20-year-old woman on Lee Street in Darlington. She's in critical but stable condition. Jackson is charged with felony in possession of a handgun, discharging a firearm in the city limits of Darlington, and simple possession of marijuana. He's being held at the Darlington County Detention Center. The Williamsburg County Sheriff's Office says a former Hemingway High School student was arrested after a threat was posted on Facebook against the school. Cameron Hayward is accused of violating the disturbing schools law by posting on Facebook that he was, quote, gonna shoot up Hemingway High School with everyone in it. Officials say Hayward had been expelled from the school the day before. The Sheriff's Office says no weapons or plans were found at his home. He was tracked down in the Andrews area of Georgetown County and taken into custody. In world news, a tragedy in Turkey. ABC News has learned 29 people are now reported dead, 166 hurt following explosions outside a soccer stadium in Istanbul. ABC's Elizabeth Herr reports there is no claim of responsibility just yet. In a statement released, White House officials also condemned the attack, saying their thoughts and prayers go out to those victims, their families, and to all the people of Turkey. More than 2 months after Hurricane Matthew, some people remain displaced from their homes. As Catherine DeGisi reports, there's one man in Robeson County who's helping neighbors affected by that storm. Hurricane Matthew destroyed a massive amount of trees across the state, and while cleanup continues in some areas, the city of Myrtle Beach is working to replenish the trees. Yesterday, the city gave away 400 trees to city residents and business owners to help beautify the area. City arborists also offered planting tips for people. They gave away maple, redbuds, and oak trees, all with the help of a grant. According to the city planner, more than 3,000 city trees were destroyed during the storm and even more unaccounted for on residents' properties. Saturday was the second annual Socastee Heritage Foundation Christmas Festival at the Sarvis House. Sons of the Confederate veterans were there in uniform talking to children. Cindy Lou and the Grinch took pictures with kids. They could also get their face painted and decorate ornaments. Socastee Heritage Foundation will have another festival in the spring. A Christmas surprise for a military family, what their neighbors did to make that holiday a little brighter.
Every day.
This is where my office was.
And many nights.
I frequently would come in at the night, to check on the animals.
Park Ranger Mike Walker spent here.
We've been kind of homeless since the fire.
So it says something that this is the first time he's been back since that morning.
When I first got the news, my first instinct was disbelief. Literally, my brain couldn't process it right away. And I guess it didn't become totally real till I actually saw it.
He used to care for the animals right there and teach children over there, answer questions right here.
Did the boat burn that was out on the porch?
Yes, yeah, it all. It was a total loss.
Do you have insurance to?
Yeah, it was insured. They're kind of working through that process right now.
He used to love answering questions, talking with visitors.
At the end of the day, they were our coworkers. They were non-human, but they, I acknowledge I worked with a horseshoe crab every day.
But these questions sting, and his new answers are hard to say.
It was heartbreaking, of course. Some of the animals I had 20 years history with. Our corn snake, I had worked with that snake for, full 2 decades.
In a place he used to feel so welcome, a sign now says keep out.
It's getting better over time, as do all things that hurt, I reckon.
He'll be back once the center is, when the focus is back on nature, and the questions are too.
The epicenter of this investigation, McClellanville. It's right here between Myrtle Beach and Charleston. Population only about 500, but today, buzz surrounding Brittany Drexel's killing sounded loudly.
It's very scary.
What happened? She was held here for a couple of days before they killed her.
So they have no idea who the person was?
No.
Man.
You're good.
Normally, you wouldn't hear much in these parts. It's just a stop on the map for most.
Just passing through.
But as it does in small towns, news spread quickly.
It's a little knowing that there's somebody right here.
The local spots are loud.
How did they know it was here?
Full of questions, gossip too.
I think I heard yesterday that,
The rumors I've heard from some of the local teachers, kids in the school brag about knowing who did it.
That's why FBI agents interrupted the quiet.
she said that's all we heard.
To force out new tips.
Everybody here knows everybody, and something like that never's happened here.
Gas stations and diners alike filled with noise now.
It's very concerning because, 9 times out of 10, we don't even lock the doors out here.
Neighbors, a community, hoping above the noise,
We're good. How are you?
someone speaks up with answers.
Nobody wants to live in a town where there's a murderer or no telling what went on. So, we'd all like to know what more was going on.
For a town so quiet,
It's scary.
the sound of concern is booming.
Now, this is exactly what FBI agents were hoping would happen. They say someone in that town knows something and they need to come forward. Well, say goodbye to the bumper sticker. The mask is the new political statement piece. And we've got plenty of options here to show your support, but these talking heads are turning heads.
It's hard to resist going in the candy shop as it is.
Trump lollipop with his hair.
But when you see this, how can you possibly walk away?
I'm sold, and I'm sold on the Hillary also. I've also get the Hillary toilet paper. I think it'd be nice gifts.
For the right friend, maybe. It's Sugar, the candy shop chain, has a wall of political goodies.
Okay, I like that. The hair. No, I like that. Nice. Oops. Yes, that.
These teens say they're glad they can't vote in this election.
I would buy the mask.
Oh yeah, definitely the mask.
But they're certainly happy to spread their political message about these candidates.
I don't like neither of them.
It's bringing out the election spirit in even the youngest generations.
Who is that? Is that Hillary?
We met a very political 4-year-old. You can bite off Trump's head or squish Hillary Clinton's face. Would you use Clinton or Trump toilet paper?
Honestly, why not get both? Just both, yeah. Clinton by far.
Trump or Clinton toilet paper, which would you use?
Trump. Definitely.
There are plenty of bright and beautiful colors in a candy store, but the red, white, and blue seems to be drawing the most attention.
Happy Halloween. Trump would treat one scary, and that's exactly what it is, a scary election. So that is a great sign.
Unfortunately, the sign isn't for sale, but who needs that when you can do this?